you're going to take a timeout, probably. You're not going to try and snap this up perfectly. I'd let the clock run all the way down, take a timeout right before it hits 0, then go out and do quarterback sneak.
Waiting for them to go ahead.
Good start the clock. And a lot of people are thinking about punting and stuff, but a punt is one of their best chances of getting that ball back.
And they blocked 3 punts this year and returned 2 of them for touchdowns.
Ooh, they gave him 14 seconds. Hey, 4 seconds? Now we're still moving. 4 seconds. Well, now, is it stay at 29 or do they reset? So it'll be right here, 29 seconds.
The play clock should be at 25 seconds.
Ooh. So they really got 8 seconds there. They gave 4 from 1 minute to 104, and then they took away the 4 on 29. So you're going to have 38 seconds. Take the timeout. I don't like going up here and trying to time up the snap, right? Because then people are in a rush. You're trying to make guys sit in their stances, the old linemen. So just take it down. Don't even leave the huddle. Take a timeout.
Here it comes. You said Garoppolo went to the school of Tom Brady quarterback sneaks. I thought he went to the school of Tony Romo, Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, but my sneaking legend around there is not necessarily on the football field.
We can only imagine. Trust me.
I'm just kidding. It's perfect. The kids, they know Dad was wonderfully in the library throughout his whole station. Quarterback sneak right here. You have to, right? He's 11 for 11 this season, 25 for 25 since he's been with the Niners.
Percentage is pretty good.
I'm just saying, if you're perfect at something you've done it enough times, and this team is not really that stout right, in the middle. It's not going against the bench right there.
But can they summon a stop right here with the season on the line?
The other part is just sometimes there's a fumble. These things, that ball you try and reach over, some guys try and do.
Alex Mack to snap it to Garoppolo. 4th and inches. They move Williams to the right side. There is the sneak, and he's successful again. And there's a flag down.
Cowboys are getting this ball back. It's going to be a penalty on the Niners for not getting set. He just rushed it.
Ball start. Offense number 71. Wow. Penalty, 4th down.
Williams
just has to wait. Remember I told you earlier about CeeDee Lamb and Dak?
Yep.
It's them together. You got to hurry up and get in it, and the quarterback's got to wait for you to get set. Problem is, a quarterback, they know your quarterback sneaking, so you kind of want to get it before they're ready. It doesn't matter that much. Well, you do have a chance.
Yes. Think about what it took to get to this point.
This is a real chance.
It took a review, the remark, the chain gang coming out. I mean, a game of inches.
You want to talk about a miracle?
That cliché's never been more true.
You're exactly right. This would be the miracle of miracles if the Cowboys pulled this off after what's happened.
No real pressure on Wisnowski. Getting down and inside the 10. All bounces right over for a touchback.
First job down, Cowboys. You got it at the 20, right? Dak's coming out. You're just looking to get into the Hail Mary situation. For the Niners, this is actually a little uncomfortable in this regard, Jim. You got to protect the sideline because they're going to try and get 10 yards at every 4-second clip. Line up, throw an out cut, 3-4 seconds go off the clock. You get 30 yards in about 12 to 14 seconds all of a sudden. So you got to protect outside and not allow them to actually.
You
should get the stuff right there in the middle of the field.
They drop back beyond the 30. And that's the area they go to. Lamb gets it on the lateral. And he gets out of bounds at 24 seconds. And Lamb comes up hobbled. But he got the football out to the 40-20 yard pickup. He says, I'm not going to go to the sideline and stay there with this little time left. So he takes Noah Brown back to the sideline and comes back into the lineup.
What a play call. That was wonderfully executed. And they did it earlier, and they missed on the throw. A little different way of doing it. Same thing now. The defense is going to give up stuff right in the middle, but Dak's changing the play call. I think he's going to have him go up here and have 2 out cuts. Get that ball out quickly to the sideline right now.
Over to Powell. Schultz out in front. Gets out at the 50.
So they're in Hail Mary range now.
They are.
There's never been a playoff Hail Mary before for the Cowboys, right?
Only 1975. You know the actual term Hail Mary.
Staubach.
Yeah, was invented, was created. It was Staubach at Minnesota in 1975 to Drew Pearson.
If that happens, there will be some devastated people. There's Niner fans and the organization. These are, you have a sliver of hope as the Cowboys. You can throw this inside or outside. This is not a good job by the Niners.
Schultz goes out at the 40, and they're down to 14 seconds.
They've given up 3 plays that have gotten out of bounds.
Yep.
And that's the first one that's been down the field out breaking. It's like you should always have one corner on the side that's at 5 yards. You have safety who just backs up slowly, but he's always making you feel like you want to throw it over there.
There's some confusion.
Now they do. Now they got their sideline. This is what they should have done.
49ers are confused in this play. And they got a timeout before the snap. They had a player substitution.
Timeout, San Francisco.
They were out of position.
That was good because that would have been a free play where you could run around and throw the Hail Mary. Take your chance,
Cowboys have picked up 40 yards in a matter of 3 plays and taking very little time off the clock.
And that's really situational football. It's a tough spot because you don't want to give up the big play to get them down there. But if you just keep them in bounds, think about how much time. That's an extra. They can't get more than 4 plays if they kept them in bounds.
Well, you keep them in bounds now.
The game's over if they keep them in bounds. Dak has to get this out of bounds or he's taking a shot to the end zone. This is scary because I would take a shot to the end zone here when they're in the sideline defense because you actually can hold on to the ball. You need someone, San Francisco, to get to the quarterback here.
Prescott takes off running the football. Well, I don't think this is going to work out.
Well, they'll be able to top this. They were playing for it. It's down. Oh, my gosh.
So the official gets in the way. The game's over. The game is over.
Oh, he did.
Oh, they're going to look at this.
It's going to be over because the umpire has to touch the ball. Of course, that's ridiculous for a game to end like that, Jim. Wow, I am livid if I'm a Cowboy fan and if I'm a Niners fan.
That's the end of the game.
The game is over. The game is over, and San Francisco survives and advances.
You called it. It was risky. They had time. Dak's supposed to go, but you're not supposed to go past 10 or 12 yards. Once you get into that 13, 14, the clock runs and gets away from you, and something like this happens.
Gene, here you go. Remember we saw this on the play after the fake punt? The same scenario where the umpire got in the way?
He has to touch it, though.
Yeah.
Dak doesn't realize. These guys don't realize he has to touch the ball.
Gene's
You
territory,
guys
your
are
take.
all over it, Jim.
Yeah.
You and Tony are all over it. The umpire and official has to touch the football after it's set down to start the next play. And in this scenario, the umpire is going to get through those bodies and touch that football. Where he's spotting it is really irrelevant. It's a matter of him touching it and getting out of the way. And as we saw, time just ran out at the end of the game for him to do that.
What a bizarre way to end it. I'm not sure about the call, though.
Well, this is where you can't set your own ball as a center. You got to give it to the ref. Dak Prescott should have looked and found the ref. You can't give it to your center. So watch the play right here. Dak, find it. Find the ref. You got to give it to him, not the center. And then that's just... They were a little too risky. You said right when I played, Jim, you called it. This is very risky when he ran that quarterback sneak, which was an interesting call.
So the 49ers move on to the divisional round presented by Intuit TurboTax Live to take on the Packers next weekend. The Arizona Rams winner will be in Tampa Bay come divisional weekend.
For the season the Cowboys had to lose like this, it's just going to... last a long time before they get over this one. A team with a great defense is out.
Another memorable postseason affair between the Niners and the Cowboys. San Francisco's first ever playoff win in Dallas. Coming up next, the State Farm postgame show for Tony, Tracy, and Jay and Gene. Jim Nance saying so long.
State Farm, highest rates in the country. And if they don't have the highest rates, they keep jacking them up every 6 months. So
Yeah, but it's just 7 layers of beans.
my stereo playing so loud. Later.